Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cassandra Bradford, and today I will be giving a presentation on interpersonal communication. Within this presentation, I will be giving a little background about myself. I will also explain exactly what interpersonal communication is, and I will discuss some communication barriers as well as strategies in order to improve communication. I will also be going over my own personal behavioral blend when it comes to my communication and my personality style, and I will discuss ways in which I can improve those areas as well. A little background about myself. I am 33 years old. I am a wife and a mother of two. I currently reside in the state of Virginia. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I am currently attending Liberty University to obtain my master's degree in human services counseling with a subset in military resilience. Now, going into interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication, according to Stewart, is a subset in which communication that is a collaboration of certain things such as the choices we make, our culture, our identities, and conversations, in ways that we choose to engage others. It creates and it helps maintain and it transforms the way in which we build our relationships. Interpersonal communication can be verbal and nonverbal cues. Those verbal cues are, of course, words and things that can be said in context and how people take them. The nonverbal cues are more of subtle, instances of gestures and different things, body language based. And in order for us to have that interpersonal communication, we have to be able to understand and perceive another person and assist in sorting reality from that expectation. We have to learn to avoid those stereotypes and be able to give that person their individualist, idea of themselves. Treat people individually. And giving that empathetic listening ear, which gives that focus and attention that most of us crave during conversations. And listening also demonstrates an interest and it also shows positive support, which many of us need. And in order also for interpersonal communication to be effective, we have to assist in gaining that information about ourselves as well as others. Not predicting to or think or feel or act, we have to give them an understanding that we know that there is a difference between what is being said and what is actually being heard. We also have to establish our roles, our identities, because the ways in which we engage people, it gives them that image of us and it gives them that idea of who we are as a person. And also we have to give that control and that affection, and it's a balance between them all in order to engage in positive communication. One of my overarching goals that I plan on doing is to enhance the power of my own empathetic listening. I want to be a level one listener and be able to engage others and have them know that I'm listening, I understand wholly, and I'm able to actually convey what is needed. And also, I want to be able to present a hospitable and healthy engagements when I am listening in conversations. Because I know at times I have tendencies to overtalk, or I have a tendency to finish sentences, and it might not even be what that person wants to convey to me. So I can miss information even when I'm not trying to. And also to be more assertive. In my assertion, it is more in the work-based field. Sometimes I am shy, sometimes I am, reserved in a way that maybe isn't as conducive when it comes to communication in that area. So in order for me to enlarge those things, as well as anyone else, you have to allow the person that you're engaging to feel that they're being heard, which is also very important for anyone. And you have to present a non-judgmental and non-critical way and give them that adequate attention. Being able to wholly give them that approach where you're seeing, hearing, and actually feeling what they're trying to give you through that conversation. And when you engage in empathetic listening, it creates this focus and it encourages that person to continue to engage you in that conversation. And during those times, it's okay to give that reflection. Basically, just kind of going back over the information heard, and it gives you that opportunity to make sure that there was nothing that was misheard throughout those conversations. And that kind of comes away from keeping the conversation in a negative light. So going into my own behavioral blend, Basically, according to Carbonell, the behavioral blend is a way that we think, we act, and we feel. It's my personality patterns. It's the human behavior, and it's based on the DISC, which is 4 temperament model behavior. Within that 4 temperament model behavior, my D was active, task oriented, my I was active, people oriented, my S was passive, people oriented, and my C was also passive, task oriented. The irony of my behavioral blend, it basically says within the professional realm or in the community, I exude certain types of personality traits and characteristics, but when I am in my own personal realm, friends, family, and different things, that I exude another set of personality traits. So my behavioral blend were kind of the opposites of each other. Within that behavioral blend, the this is me was a steady, competent type. And this is expected of me was the steady specialist. Within the steady specialist, as seen as steady, stable, boring, dull, quiet, and reserved, but dependable, attitude, and trustworthy, which are all positive traits. And in the this is me, intelligent, knowledgeable, open to learn and uncover facts, competent, compliant with rules, easygoing, nice, caring, cautious, and calculating. The positive of that behavioral blend is that I'm people oriented, which has been my align of my career is, to always help and engage people, and also the passion to serve, wisdom and knowledge, passionate about being loyal and supportive of others, a trusted friend and worker who's respected for knowledge and steady approach to life, and patient with people and work hard with difficult tasks. The negative portion of that behavioral blend is that I can be too reserved and still. I often wait for people to tell me what to do, a tendency to be submissive at times, and shy away from attention, doesn't like change, and overuse of caution, which can provide such an elaborate way of thinking that kind of can result in a negative way. With those communication barriers, I realized that when I'm interfering in conversing with others, that I have to build that confidence within the conversation and not be so quick to give advice, not be so quick to finish people's statements when that's not what they mean. And learn to be self disclosure on my own barriers of my shyness, my reserved demeanor, rather than kind of being behind the scenes. And being open to myself to difficult, engaging conversations. And learning to be assertive and stronger with the engagement with others. Also, with my communication, I have to learn to balance that listening, that it gives people that ability to talk and makes them feel comfortable. Some of the resources and strategies that I have went over was the noise pollution. Noise pollution basically is the distractibility for external noises, which can be cars, nearby conversations, or scenery. Whereas internal can be your own personal thoughts and things that you have, or even your own personal feelings. And to prevent these things, move to quieter areas. Communicate when you're feeling certain ways so that you're able to be understood or not engage in a conversation you're not ready for. So that goes into my action plan. I'm going to implement listening with intent. I'm going to engage in conversations that promote respect and give the entire focus to the other person when needed. I'm going to seek understanding and clarity during conversations, as well as kind of being assertive. So overall, this course for me was very effective. It kind of opened my eyes to see how I engage others, when I engage others, and basically just making me more comfortable with myself as a listener as well as a conversationalist. So all the material that has been gone over, it just continues to go with what I feel is definitely going to be my area of profession. And I will continue to work on my listening, especially when it comes to communicating with others. Thank you guys very much for listening.